This is for the month of November, of course, and we are just at the end of week 1 now for this first segment. So I'm going to start off with this guy here, which is Aquaphor by Eucerin. So it's a soothing skin balm, and I actually got this for my last tattoo to help with the healing of that. But I had a bit of a happy discovery when I was looking for lip balm one of the days, but I couldn't find any within very close proximity of where I was lying, and I was just too lazy to move. This was on my bedside, so I decided to plop some of this on my lips, and holy god, it was amazing. So it's just lovely and soft, and it's not at all as heavy and thick feeling as some other lip balms, and of course you get so much in this. There's 40ml. It wasn't the most expensive in the world by any means. I got this in Boots, and I think it was on sale when I got it, but this is amazing for any kind of dry skin. You can use it anywhere on the body. Definitely give it a go on your lips. If you are like me and you do suffer from dry lips, this should make a nice job of them. Really lovely stuff. There's no weird smell or anything. Next, I picked up a few concealers in Boots recently, and I have one that I'm unhappy with, and this guy which I'm really happy with. So this is the Rimmel London Match Perfection Skin Tone Adapting Concealer. It's a 2-in-1 concealer and highlighter. I got number 30 Classic Beige. For like number 30 and beige being in the colour, this is actually a really light colour, so it's perfect for me being an NC15. But I really like this. There's really good coverage. It's quite moisturising under the eyes. It doesn't at all look like dry or cakey or cracked after a while. It comes of course with that little brush applicator, but I always just pop it onto the back of my hand and then apply it with my finger. But that's lovely, and that was under a tenner, definitely around the €7 mark maybe, or €8 mark. Another favourite of mine is this guy here. So I showed in a recent tutorial that I got the new Coastal Scents Pearl brush set, and they're lovely brushes, particularly for the price. There's 16 brushes in the actual brush set, and I'm pretty sure it's available for €49 on the website, which is very fair. But this guy here, which is the like the flat buffer brush, is the most amazing foundation brush. I just love it. It spreads like a dream, doesn't leave any marks or any streaks or anything like that, and it's 100% vegan as well. So this is a gorgeous brush, definitely my standout brush from the whole brush set. And then going on to what I'm a little bit upset with. So I've gone on a million times before about this Maybelline Fit Me Concealer, which I'm obsessed with. Love it. I just adore the formula. Love it under the eyes. It's just the nicest one ever. And this is number 15. Now this is a pink toned concealer, so I figured I'd try and get a slightly more yellow toned concealer to help counteract the purple tones underneath my eye first, and then I could go over and finish off with this. So I figured I'd go in and pick up number 10, which of course should be lighter than the 15, and when you see it in store, the 15 isn't in my store anymore, which is really annoying because I love this. I have to get my hands on it again. But like 10 is for pale skin or fair skin, 20 is for medium skin, and then there's a 30 for dark skin. So I picked up the 15 and I didn't really have a good look at it, the 10, sorry, and I didn't really have a good look at it. I just saw that it was kind of yellow toned, and I figured it would be lighter than the 15 and, you know, nice and pale. Not at all. I don't know, can you see that? It's a real sandy colour. Now what I have been doing is applying it sparingly under the eyes on my purple areas, and then putting a really light concealer like this guy over the top, but it's so dark. And then I went back into Boots to have a little bit of a look at it again, and when I swatched the 20 beside it, the 20 isn't even as deep as this. The 20 is a yellow colour, but it's not as sandy or as deep as this. It's really bizarre. I don't know if that's a bad batch or what, because like I have the, you know, the foundation equivalent to this, the 110 or whatever you call it, and it's like really pale, so I have no idea why that's so dark. Really kind of confused by that, considering it's so much darker than the 15 as well. Welcome back to week 2, or the end of week 2, and I have 4 items to show you this week. For this week, and they are 3 makeup items. Am I holding up enough fingers? I am. 3 makeup items, and then a very non-makeup item, but it is connected to YouTube. So I'm going to start off with this guy here, which is from the Heirloom Mix collection, yeah, which is the Christmas collection by MAC, and it is the Salon Rouge lipstick, which is a matte finish lipstick. It's kind of like Diva or Hang Up, or one of those, just one of those beautiful winey red lipsticks. It is a matte, but it's not a retro matte like the Rouge, which I don't like. I don't like those really dry lip mattes. It's more like Russian Red. And it's just the most beautiful tone. I have been wearing this and loving it, and I will be using it in a video soon, but I'm really loving that lipstick, and it lasts really long on the lips as well. It's a really lovely, long lasting, very pigmented lipstick, so really enjoying that. Next we have from L'Oreal, it is a new, I think it's a new concealer for them, and it's the Crayon Corrector, or the Corrector Crayon, by True Match. So this is exactly like that, what it says. It's a corrector crayon, or a concealer crayon. So I don't know, can you see there? It's matching my skin very, very closely, so it may not show up. But I love this for like around the nose, down any lines I want to highlight, just like spot concealing, but really more for like highlighting certain areas on the face. It's so handy for throwing in the bag and just using straight from the bullet. So yeah, really, really liking that as well. Then the third makeup item is this fella here by L'Oreal again. L'Oreal are doing fairly well this week. So it is the Brow Artist Plumper. And I actually used the blonde one of this in my Taylor Swift video. So I got the dark brown one after that because, or the medium to dark one, because I really, really liked it. Now I have this in today, and it basically has like wee fibres in it that plumps up your eyebrows, so really does give them a nice full look. And this colour is just exactly bang on for my own brows. You can see there, it's what I have matching with my own hair today. So yeah, it's a really close dupe, I think, for the MAC, what's it called? I have actually the MAC one here. It'd be a very similar application or applicator, like wand or brush or whatever. So let me just open this one. If you can see, the two brushes are very, very similar, but the difference being the MAC one, as far as I know, there's no plumper like fibres in it or anything like that, but there is in the L'Oreal one. So the L'Oreal one wins on that respect, whereas the MAC one is waterproof, and I don't think this one is. So, you know, I think they're kind of even in regards to how well they perform. And then the fourth thing for this week, which like I said is not a makeup item, but it is to do with YouTube, and I got a wee microphone for doing voiceovers. So if you saw my sparkling purple eyes makeup tutorial, whatever that one was, I'll link to it below. This is the first video so far, as of filming this, that I have used it for doing voiceovers, and it's already made such a difference. I just don't have that crackling noise in the background, but also there's no popping, which I was getting a lot with, because I was just recording off like into the actual computer. That was what I was using as my microphone. So this is the Samson GoPro Mini Pro, something or other. What is it? It's like the Pro mic or GoMic, that's it. And it's this wee oak here. It's way smaller than I thought it was going to be, but it works really, really well. And it just sticks into the computer via, if I can get this up for you, a USB cable. And if you want, you could actually pop it onto the top of a laptop, but I use a desktop for my editing. So I just sit it down like that on the desktop, and it works perfectly. There's 3 different settings, and each are handy. The top one is if you want to like have every inch of sound coming from everywhere in it. The one in the middle, which is what I use, is very directional, and you have to be fairly close, so you'll only get your voice pretty much. And then the one down below, oh no, the one down below is when you take in everything. The one up above is when the back microphone here doesn't take in any sound, but the front one does. So yeah, really, really handy, and it's already made a big difference, and it was only like 40 something euros, so it really wasn't that expensive. So I think I might have shown this one before, but I can't fully remember. I know I showed it before in a video, but I think I might have showed it before in a favorites video, but it definitely deserves to rear its cute little head again, because it's just so handy now since I got my hair cut again. So I went in on Monday just to get the hair trimmed. I didn't get a huge amount off, say about an inch, but where he did take length was from some of the layers, because they were quite long and they were just sitting kind of flat. And I also got him to kind of shape the fringe a little bit so that it would sit better, because I want to keep it at a side fringe. I just think it kind of suits me a bit better. So this is the, after all that, this is the John Frieda Full Repair Touch Up FlyAway Tamer. So basically it looks like a mascara wand, but it contains this gel that kind of, it's kind of like, I suppose, the best way to put it would be like, it's kind of like a clear mascara that keeps the hair in place, but also tames the fluffy flyaway hairs, which I have a lot of. My hair is very fine, but it's not overly straight, so any little hairs I have kind of go ooh everywhere, if you know what I mean. And then particularly for this side parting of mine, this is just a godsend. It really helps to tame and just kind of train the hair to sit where you want it to sit. So I literally just put it along this area here at the front, and it really, really helps to make it just look neat and tidy, which is brilliant. So that's that guy, and I can't fully remember the price, but I think it wasn't the cheapest thing in the whole world, but because you use so little at a time, it'll last you ages and ages and ages, so I don't really mind, and it's just so handy. So that's that. Then the second makeup item for this week is my Max Factor Skin Luminizer Foundation, which I have just done a review on, so I'll link to that below. So this is actually one that I've had for a while, but the more I used it, the more I came to love it. It's just a really lovely foundation. It's one of those kind of luminous matte foundations, and this colour, which is the light ivory, which is what I'm wearing today, is absolutely perfect for me. Now I'm light ivory in all of the Max Factor foundations. Some of them can be a little bit more pink based than others. This one's more neutral, so that's why I love it. And I won't harp on about it too much since I did just do the review, so you can check that out there. But it is in a nice wee little light plastic bottle, so it's handy if you do need to travel with it. And I think it's around the 16-17 euro mark. So yeah, that's that. And then the last thing for this week is this guy here behind me. So I'll just see if I can tilt that a little bit so you can see it. It's just a LED light that I decided to get for my background because I just feel like my background's always so dull. And I got this in Giftworks downstairs in Air Square Centre in Galway, and you can change the settings on it, so you know, you can make it do different stuff. But I think sometimes when that kind of thing is happening behind me, it can be a little bit distracting, so I just tend to leave it. Where's the one I leave it at? Yeah, I just tend to leave it like that. Although, like, you know, I can play around with it if I want to. Same with these. I can make these kind of do stuff as well, but anytime I have in the past, I've gotten like complaints saying that it's a little bit too distracting. But that was £39.95 or something like that. So basically it was the €40, but I really, really love it. I just think it's a lovely tree, and I think I'm actually going to just get one of those instead of a Christmas tree this year for downstairs in the sitting room, because we don't have a huge amount of space. I mean, the house is big enough, but it's full of stuff, so rather than get a big tree that would just take up more space, I think I'm going to get one of those. And they come in white and in like a bluey white as well, so I think I might get one of the whitey ones for downstairs. Hi. So we've reached the end of yet another month, and not really much has changed in the last week, to be honest. One thing though that I should, or several things actually, that I should have showed you last week, because I was loving these back then already, was these guys, anyhow, by Coastal Scents. So basically it's the Hot Pots by Coastal Scents. I'm probably repeating myself now because I've already said it like in the last few videos, but I'm just so pleasantly surprised by how amazingly these perform, I suppose. Like, I've been wearing these constantly for the last couple of weeks. They just have a really, really lovely colour payoff, a really strong colour payoff, lovely textures, and they're only $1.95 a pop, which is even less than euros. So I was just really pleasantly surprised by how strong and pigmented these guys are. Like, they really do come out exactly how you see them here. So this was the yellow that I used in my Thanksgiving makeup tutorial, and they're just lovely, really, really lovely. You know, such bright colours. And I suppose it's more the reason I'm showing them because there are other palettes that I really, really love. Like, I love the new Zoe Mixed Metals palette I got as well. But I think it was just the shock of how good these were, because I just, like, I had them before. I had a few before in a smaller one that was sent to me, but I wasn't as bonkers about the colours because I didn't choose them myself. So when I got colours that I love and got to play with them and use them more, I suppose I was just like really blown away by them. So yeah, really, really impressed by these, and I can definitely see myself getting more because I have like a huge wish list done out in my Coastal Scents account to get more of them. So there's a good few different palettes you can get. You can get the big size like this that has a clear lid as well, so I think I'll get that because it is handy to be able to like see what you're looking at. And really, really impressed. So that's those, and I don't really think there's any other makeup items that I need to talk about. But one thing I did finish this week and was absolutely like disgustingly unimpressed with was 50 Shades of Grey. So I'm even like a bit mortified to actually admit that I read it, but it was on sale when I finished my last series of books. I was looking through my iBooks library, or not library, just whatever the search thing is, and trying to figure out what to buy, and then the 50 Shades was on sale. You could get all 3 books for like, I don't know, price of 1 or something like that. So I said I'd give it a go, and it was the biggest heap of shite I've ever read. I skipped through most of it because those bloody sex scenes got so boring and repetitive and monotonous after a while. And I swear to God, Anastasia, however you pronounce her name, Steele, has got to be one of the most irritating characters I've ever come across. So I really don't have high hopes for that film at all. But yeah, really painful book to read. I just ended up skipping through most, especially most of the sex scenes. They were just so boring. And it wasn't I don't think it was very well written at all. Yeah, it's not a book that I would ever, what's the word I'm looking for? I wouldn't recommend it to anyone. And like, I think obviously it's only popular because of those sex scenes, but they're just ridiculous. I mean, and the narrative, oh, it was just stupid. I really didn't enjoy it. But anyhow, that's it for this month. Can't believe it is nearly, or it is now as this goes up, December already. But I'm looking forward to December because, you know, there's always lovely makeup and stuff over December, and loads of lovely like makeup palettes and stuff out for the Christmas. So I'm looking forward to kind of seeing what I might be able to get my hands on, because I'll definitely get 1 or 2 bits over the next month or so. But anyhow, thanks so much for watching, guys. I'll chat to you all really soon in my next video, and take care. Salon.